Time is quickly approaching to get your mail-in ballots sent out, making sure it counts.
We'll have a higher representation of early voters in the general election.
Nebraska Secretary of State Robert Evnen says if a ballot comes in after Election Day, November 3rd, it won't be counted. Mail-in voting has been front and center with concerns for fraud or voting twice. President Trump has made some of these allegations.
An example, all over the country you have thousands of cases. A friend of mine gets a ballot. His son, unfortunately, passed away 7 years ago. He gets a ballot for his son to vote.
Mail-in voting in the May primary showed voting issues to be limited. Over 492,000 cast their votes. Over 2,000 of those were provisional. 550 were rejected for many reasons. Only 56 were found to have been attempted to vote twice. But the Secretary of State says that could make all the difference.
We have races that are decided by less than 50 votes. There are a number of races in our state, state legislative races, county board races, that are decided by fewer than 50 votes. So it's very important that we stay on top of this.
He says mail-in voting can be tricky. In the May primary, hundreds of thousands were requested. 15% didn't come back.
What happened to them? What happened to them? We don't know. Maybe the voter got it and looked the ballot over and decided they didn't really care after all and didn't send it back, or maybe they forgot.
If you do vote by mail, you can track your ballot, or you can simply drop it off at the election site or a drop box. Fraud is very limited.
Early balloting hasn't been significant enough in our state for people to really want to pay attention to it that way.
Slowdown at the post office have raised some concern. According to the New York Times, the eastern part of our state has about a 25% slowdown. 3 News Now investigators reached out to both state Democrat and Republican parties. The post office concerns them both.
That if they do get one of those ballots, it's probably much more secure, or at least marginally more secure, to drop that off at the election commissioner's office or in one of the various boxes that they have placed around their counties.
Despite some of the fears, Nebraska is ready for the upcoming presidential election. And if you do plan to mail in your ballot, the post office says get it sent out before or on October 27th. Earlier, the better. Every vote needs to count. Jeff Van Sant, 3 News Now.
The I-Team is working with ProPublica to make sure election issues don't go unnoticed. You can report an issue or sign up to tell us about your voting experience by texting VOTE to the number on your screen. And remember, voting by mail or on Election Day aren't your only options. You can use drop boxes or visit your election commissioner as well. For more on this story and all our investigative team stories, go to our website, 3newsnow.com. If you have a story for the investigators, email it to investigate@3newsnow.com.